Mornings with Mike, y'all. I want to piggyback off my previous video talking about starting a business, and that was geared more towards pushing you to just take the leap. But let's talk about what it actually takes to do that, right? Everybody knows that, well, the basics of business is you're selling something, whether it's yourself, whether it's the service, whether it's a product, whatever it is. You're basically selling something in exchange for something else, right? Typically money, monetary, some sort of monetary compensation. But starting out with the basics and getting a good basis for what you're trying to do will make a vast difference, right? If you're just trying to have some type of little side hustle and make a few extra dollars to, take your partner out on a nice dinner, or, put a couple extra bucks in your pocket, well, sometimes you can get away with being a little less stringent on how detailed you get and how you structure things. But if you do want to actually start a business, if you want to create a secondary income, if you want to get serious about it, then you're going to have to put some pieces to the puzzle in place and make sure you have a good foundation, right? This comes into starting to look at what type of business you need to start as far as corporate structure, right? Is a sole proprietorship good enough? Is an LLC what you need? Is a partnership what you need? Now, once you do that, then you get into other stuff like the tax side of things, C Corp, S Corp, all those types of parts of structuring the company. But there's some other things that people really don't think about a lot, and that's, for example, your bank account. This is a huge place that people overlook and fail right out of the gate with their business. When you structure your business bank account, do not structure a checking that all of the money comes in and out of and a savings, like your personal account. You're not going to do it that way. You need to have multiple bank accounts. You need to have one account that all your money flows into. You have another account for basically to pay yourself. You need another account for your profitability, another account for your taxes, okay? And you need to have this structured out to where you have the multiple different accounts. Now, the profitability account and the tax account, it's a good idea to get that account at a different bank than where your primary money is coming into, okay? You also need one for your day-to-day expenses, your operating expenses, OPEX, right? You need to break this down from the beginning and follow the actual breakdown. There's an awesome book called Profit First. If you don't understand this concept, go read that book, right? This concept is not new. There's plenty of people that have talked about it and discussed it. There's plenty of people that have implemented it in their business. I've talked about doing this for years. That book is a great resource, though, for a lot of people who aren't used to this concept or are new to this concept. It can apply to your personal life too. It's a great way to structure your personal finances. But when it comes to a business, you need to structure your finances this way and follow the breakdown with proper percentages right out of the gate. If you do not, you're going to run into an issue. Most businesses, how they fail in the first 5 years, right? Most people have heard of this statistic. It's a scary statistic for a lot of people, and we can see why it sets people back, right? A lot of this has to do with improper structuring of the internal procedures and processes of the business. Doesn't necessarily have to do with it was a bad business idea like most people think, right? Make sure you have this structure set up from day one. It will save you a ton of hardships and learning down the line.